Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live section. If this is your first time joining us, you're highly welcome. I think this is our second live view for this year. And today we'll be talking about support and resistance, and also we'll be looking at how markets pumps at FMOC. So quickly, let me share my screen. Okay. Tab, window. All right. Oh, okay. You can share this. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. Okay, now I can share my screen. Let me quickly check out a pair in the market. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna delete this. So uh now it's FMOC. You can see the movement the market is making. I predicted this market to actually go down. This is a JBP JPY. Let me get another very clear chart. Okay. So I'm trying to know if this market could be able to act at this moment. I have gold. Okay, likely. I predicted gold to go sideways right at the moment within this range or this range. So right now the market is actually slow. So quickly, let's start from let's check crypto. Let's see what crypto is doing. Okay. I also feel crypto is going to range within this zone. Okay. We'll have a range within this zone. Uh, this is Ethereum within this zone. Yeah. Just feel this is the way market will go for Ethereum within this zone. Then it's only this I'm predicting it to get to this place around this area or far below anyway. But I'm predicting this JPY to go down to this area. Gold, I nearly go to move to this support sideways from here to this area. Okay, so today we'll be talking about support and resistance, how to trade support and resistance perfectly without any uh, errors. A lot of people mistake support and resistance, and they feel it's it doesn't work, or there is other more strategies. You can basically trade only support and resistance in with that's the only strategy you can actually trade without having to add any other strategy. So possibly you can only trade support and resistance. Is a very nice strategy if you understand support and resistance is very well. So at first, what do you do when you come to the market? So that you could be able to know where the market is heading to. One, you trade your support and resistance. Then when you come to the market, the first thing you should do is to mark your nearest support and resistances. You mark the recent support and resistance. So on this chart, this is gold. On 4 hours chart, this is gold. You have to mark the recent supports, which is here. The recent resistance, this is here. So this is the support created here. This is the support created here. So you take a look at this here. Then you mark out your swings, your recent swings. After marking out the recent support area, you mark out your recent swing. This is the first swing. This is the second swing. So, and also, when you trade your support and resistance, bear it in mind, don't trade support and resistance with a single line. Don't trade support and resistance with a single line. Make sure that you're marking out your support and resistance as an area. What I mean by as an area, don't mark your support and resistance with just a single line like this. If you want to mark your support and resistance, this I was doing because I just wanted to identify where my support and resistance is. So clearly, when I want to mark my support and resistance, I would have to delete all this and use my rectangle as an area. Mark your support and resistances as an area. Make sure you're getting the body and your body and the wick. Your support, it's this area. The wick is your support, the body is also your support. Don't make mistake of marking only the support or the resistance just like this with a single line. No, your support, it's an area. Unless you have a case of a candlestick having a perfect close without a wick. But if a candlestick has a wick, that means your supports have to be an area. Your supports start from where there is a wick and the body. So on this resistance, this is the area of the resistance. The body and the wick is what makes support and resistance. So this is the error people make sometimes when they are marking out their support and resistances. So if you've been doing that, you need to correct yourself. So whenever this also now, you have to mark it out as an area. This is the first thing you do when you mark your support and resistances. So don't use a single line. So learn it today. Don't use a single line. The fact is that your support starts this. You can see a coin go like this. Maybe touch the wick. This when a coin enters this area, this region is the region of resistance in this place. So your coin can actually go here or this place. So that's why a lot of people might make this mistake. Maybe a coin breaks out this first zone and they would say that, oh, their market have the analysis have broken out, and they will know that the market clearly needs to break out this region, not just only this or just this. So when you're making this mistake, this is the first mistake many people do because they fail to identify support and resistance as a region. So they fail to identify their support as a region. So don't use a single line. So learn it today. So after this, you've learned that we are going to be using this rectangle instead of single line for our support and resistances. Okay, so again, when a market is moving, I need to be able to explain this before we go into the main support and resistances. So when a market is moving, clearly a market needs to break this region, in the sense that if a market is moving, a single candlestick needs to close in this region. A single candlestick, that is a perfect breakout. If a candlestick is closing maybe only this region, if it's just only this region, or maybe only this region, just know that it's not a perfect breakout yet. So a breakout is when a coin breaks this region. Okay, again, having said that, now let's see what happened here. So this was the last swing support that brought out this movement. This was the last support that brought out this movement. Okay. Now, there are types of breakouts. There are types of breakouts. I'm trying to mention the types of breakouts. We have sorry. There are types of breakouts. Breakouts without retest. Breakouts with retest. And then breakouts with deep retest. So these are types of breakouts at support and resistances. So some ways you might be waiting for a coin to retest, because that is always the surest way to trade. You might be waiting for a coin to retest and the coin will not retest. It will continue moving. It's also part of the game. So that is breakout without retest, whereby a coin will break out its support and we continue moving. Then breakout. Oh, okay. Breakout with retest. This is the surest form of trade. So this is always very clean. When there is a breakout, then there is a retest. Then the movement continues. Then breakout with deep retest. This is always, it causes a lot of ranging in the market. This particular breakout with deep retest, it gets a lot of people confused, and people are always trapped in it. And market always shows this kind of sign. This is what market always on most times, because most times market is not easy. It makes it a bit difficult, and a lot of people will get confused along the line. So this is breakout with deep retest. This is what you mostly see in most times in the market. So breakout with deep retest. So this is it. Let's say, sorry, let's bring that back. Okay. Okay, let's say this coin finally breaks out this support and continue moving. This is breakout without retest. I mean this support area here. Then this is breakout with retest. Okay, this is breakout with deep retest. So this is breakout without retest, when a coin breaks its support and continue going down. Then this is breakout with retest. This is always a perfect example that most traders are always looking for, but this is what happens in the market most times. This breakout with deep retest. Okay. So having explained this, Now let me show you how to perfectly trade your support and resistance. Now, when there is a breakout, now you've learned that the breakout happens in a region. So this is what happened the last time. I told you to mark your swings. So this is your swing. All right. Now, hold on. Let me take this to 1 hour. It's more clear in 1 hour chart. All right. So it's more clear in 1 hour chart. Okay. Now, when this was coming down, there was a breakout at this region. I know a lot of people will be jumping in to take a shot, but always wait for your confirmation before taking your trade. It's very, very important. When there is a breakout, don't jump in yet. Always wait for confirmation. So here there is a breakout, and after that breakout, market pulls back, and instead of going this direction, it reclaimed this area again. Okay, let me tell you how to identify a proper retest on a breakout. When this thing happens, how to identify, has this market reclaimed here? Did it reject? So which one are you going to take? Now, this is where your candlestick analysis, it's important. You go back to your candlestick analysis when we talk about bullish candlesticks, the hammer, the bullish engulfing, the Harami pattern, the tweezers bottom, and the rest. So this is where your candlestick plays a bigger role. So when there is a breakout, you are going to be looking for this particular candlestick that will show you that this zone is rejected or reclaimed. Okay, now when this happened, when this breakout, I'm zooming it out, when this breakout happened, we are clearly seeing candlestick moving, moving. Then this candlestick, this particular candlestick, that's retested this region completely, this area. Watch the other candlesticks. They were either halfway or in between. So there needs to be this one candlestick it's a bullish candlestick. It's going to show you it's going to either be bullish or bearish. Let's say maybe on this area, after this breakout, that we have something like this in this area. Let's say there is a candlestick that formed like this, like a hammer. So bear it in mind, it's going to be a single candlestick, either one or two, a bullish candlestick that is going to retest this region. Mind you, this is the support that we are talking about. This is the support that we are talking about. So there will be a single candlestick, either bullish or bearish. If it's bearish, that means this place is rejected. So if it's a bearish candlestick, it's going to be appear either a hammer or engulfing or anything, but either two candlestick or three candlestick, all of them needs to be in this area, like retest. The whole candlestick needs to retest this area. So just like the way this candlestick did here, this candlestick, it's the way this candlestick did here on this zone. This is a clear retest on this support here. So this shows you that this area is holding. That means this breakout became invalid because there is a candlestick that reclaimed here. So again, now you ask yourself, where is your target going to be? That is the next question. Where is your target going to be? That is the next question. Now, you look at your nearest support and resistance, because a lot of people will target this area. A lot of people will target this area or target this zone. A lot of people will either target here or target here after we reclaim this support. But the best place to target is the swing that caused this support. I'll say it again. the best place to target is the swing that caused this support. The support, the swing that owns this support, and the swing that owns this support is this place. Okay, if you got that. So this is why I mapped out this zone. So this area, if this coin bounces here, it's going to go to this place first. When it's done retesting this area, it's going to go back to this zone and this zone. So that is how it works. The swing that owns a movement, it's where the targeted coin we go to. So let's say again. So let me show you another example. Okay, this area now, and retest this support here to retest this support. Now, after it retests this support, your area of target is the thing that owns this support, which is here. It's the next target. So I don't know if you got that. So if you have any questions, you drop on the section. I'll going to attend to it before I continue. Okay, there is no question. So I'm going to continue. Okay. Now, being said that you trade, because this is a trend. This is a coin that is so you're going to be trading swing by swing. Okay, when the time you trade after this, just like here now, we got traded at this place. We are supposed to head to this zone. Now again, let's go back to this region. So I'll show you what happened at that region. So, okay, this is my 1 hour chart. So I couldn't take a trade here. I couldn't take a trade here because I needed, this was a bearish engulfing. This was a bearish engulfing on this this an evening star on this region of resistance. But why I didn't take the trade is because these two candlesticks, they didn't retest this region completely. So I didn't take the trade. I needed my right confirmation. It didn't go my way, so I didn't bother taking it. So that's why I made a prediction that gold might actually not get to the support, but might retest this region again, because I didn't get a clear confirmation from this zone. So on this zone again, look at what I said. These three candlesticks, three of them needs to retest this area. You should be seeing the three of them. Look at this one, it didn't get down to this place. So look at this one, it didn't get up to this. So three of them needs to retest this area. So on area of resistance, you should be looking for a bullish or bearish candlestick. If it didn't happen, this coin will continue ranging in this area. It will continue ranging in this area until you see a clear rejection. You go to your candlestick again, and mostly if it's single, it's always more clear. But when it takes more time, it will be giving you multiple candlesticks, and pick out the one that is meaningful. Actually, pick out the one that is meaningful. So actually, it's going to be, if this one was 3, but it was not giving me what I wanted. So I couldn't say that this coin is going to get to this place. We have the chances of this reversing to this area because this area was not clearly rejected. So now let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, let me go to Ethereum. So we'll make our analysis on support and resistance again. Say, let's take it to 4 hours. All right. Now, look, you mark out your swings again. Your closest support and resistance on this zone. I told you don't use a single line. Use an area. This. Okay. Then you mark out your swing. The recent swings. This is a bit confusing. Sorry. Let me delete this. So you mark out your recent swing. All right. Now, okay. So let me tell you what's happening in this area. Okay, now this was the last support that Ethereum broke. This was the last support. And watch what happened in this area. So after Ethereum broke this support, right here, we didn't get any candlestick confirming bullish or bearish from this area. We just had this single candlestick, and this was not a bullish candlestick. So you do not confuse. If this red was also in this zone, that means it's an engulfing. But this red, it's not covering this both side. So now, when it breaks this support and it didn't make any single confirmation, then it will create a ranging zone. It will create a ranging zone. So now Ethereum is ranging between this place. This is the zone Ethereum is going to break. So before this support we break, Ethereum needs to either reclaim this zone or break this zone. So for the meantime, Ethereum will have to trade in this region. So you won't expect much movement until there is either reclaim this zone or break this zone. So this is now a ranging region. So if Ethereum needs to make another movement, it needs to either break this area and retest, or from here it breaks this region and retest. So until that happens, there will be no much movement on Ethereum. Anything that is happening on Ethereum does not actually have, it's going to just to be on this zone. So most times this is breakout with deep retest that I tell you that you mostly see in the market. It creates a whole lot of ranging and people get trapped by it, because when this broke out, a lot of people were already targeting this zone. Sorry, because we were being told that after breakout of support, you target your next support area. A lot of people were targeting this zone already. But before you target the next zone of support, you have to ask yourself, has there been a rejection on this last support that was broken? Because most market does not retest immediately they broke out. So have there been a retest on this zone? So a lot of people that targeted this area now will be stuck in this zone. And if there is a mistake and market breaks above here, that means and all the shots here will be invalid. It will be invalid. That's why since morning we've been having a range on this zone. So before anything happens, we need to either break this zone or break this zone. So watch how close Ethereum was to this support that is here, but it never goes to that support. It's actually stopped here and started going up because there was no rejection on this zone. Again, when you're trading your support and resistance, don't always be in a rush. Always wait for your retest, because that is what will give you whatever that is going to happen. Just like when this breakout happened, you would have rushed to enter this market and target this zone, and actually you'll be stuck on this ranging zone. So when a breakout happens, wait for your retest. That is one thing you should know. Whenever market is going up and down, there must be a retest. Again, there must be a retest before you trade. If there is no retest before you trade, there are chances of you having to risk the market going against you. So when there is always a breakout, always wait for retest. Just at this zone, let me show you what happened here. At first, Ethereum broke out this zone. There was no retest. Ethereum broke out this zone. There was no retest. So this is what happened. Ethereum created this range invariably to retest this other zone here. Watch this zone that was left behind. So whenever there is a breakout without retest, you just wait calmly for the market to retest. That will give you a perfect entry of whatever you're trading. So now Ethereum went back to retest this zone here, and it's also retesting this zone. So when this zone is completely retested, you don't have any other option that the market is going to go down to this place. And again, I would say if a market is coming to support or resistance, just like this support area is very wide, this support area is very wide. In this zone, if Ethereum gets to this zone, it will range a lot, because most times the market meets a region with this high area, they always range a lot, because it's very difficult for you to see a single candlestick crossing above this wide area. Right. So most times they create a ranging region, just like it did at this place. It creates a ranging region in the sense that when it breaks out, it creates a ranging region. So those areas of ranging region may be above this area, and above this area will be the area of invalidation, because this area is wide. It should definitely try to create a ranging zone on this place. But you can actually get a single candlestick covering this area. It's rare, but you can actually get it, not like it doesn't happen. But I'm trying to tell you the similar cases you might be expecting. So here, okay, now if market gets to this area, when there is a breakout, if your market is coming down, do not always rush. If your market is, let's say this market is coming down to this place, if this market is coming down and touched here, these supports have not been tested. Bear it in mind that these supports have not been tested. Any support or resistance that ought to be tested, there is going to be a clear candlestick moving below this low. Below or at this low. It must be below or exact at this low. That means this region is tested completely. That's also happened in resistance. Let's say this area is your resistance. Before you talk about a complete breakout, a candlestick must have actually tested this region. So that is only when you say that, oh, there is either a rejection or breakout. So a breakout, if a support or resistance area needs to break out, there ought to be a single stick, a body of a candlestick covering this region. The same thing happens to this place. If we have half candlestick coming here, and maybe we have a tail, that means there is no breakout yet. A breakout contains when a full body close below this last low. That is when you say that there is a breakout. And after this breakout, you wait for next retest at this region. I don't know if that is clear. If you've been doing your support and resistance very well, so it's always very much better for you to wait for your support and resistance to be fully tested. If your support and resistance area are fully tested, if you're placing your next target at your next resistance, the market will surely hit your target. So let's say if this area is completely tested now, let's say if Ethereum breaks out of this and this, then the next target will be here. If it breaks out of this, the next target will be here. There is nothing stopping it. If there is a breakout and a complete retest, if you target the next region, that means your analysis will play out very perfectly. So you can simply trade support and resistance anytime in the market. But the issue is that a lot of people don't wait for retest. That is why they make mistake in support and resistances. A lot of people do not wait for retest. They don't even know what happens at retest. They don't know where is their next target. Also, let's say if Ethereum takes this and breaks out of this zone, that is invariably also a support of here. The next target is this zone. So each support goes to each swing. So again, if it tests here, that means the next target is here. So whenever you're trading your support and resistance, make sure to know the swing of that particular area that you're trading, because when the region is tested, the next place is the swing of the place that caused the movement. That's the right place to place your target. You can't just place your target at anywhere you see. So this one has a bigger swing. So it's actually, all this will actually, there might be a stalling in all this region. It won't just go straight to this place, but the main target is here, unless this area is invalidated. The main target, all these zones, there will be a pause on all these zones. It can actually go it direct, but there might be a pause on all these zones. But the major place the coin is going is this place. So I don't know if you get that. If I have any question, let me check. Okay. I'm going to explain it again. Okay. To know an area that is completely retested. Okay. I'll go back again. All right, again. Sorry. Now, let me get to it. I'm going to delete and actually start afresh. So this is where we are on Ethereum. This is the support that we are on. I'm trying to answer your question on my comment box. So now look at this area. I'm trying to zoom it out. Look at this area. Look at this area. Now, this is the last support. This is the last support. So, but this one, why is different is because it have created a swing here. It have actually created a swing here. So invariably, we need to, even after having to go to this zone, these are the zones that will be important. These zones are going to be important. So an area that is completely tested, it's when a body of a candlestick, let's say this region, let me use my highlighter. If this region is broken, expect a single candlestick is either a bearish or bullish candlestick to retest this zone. If the candlestick is halfway, ignore it. If it's like this, ignore it. It must be fully on this zone. So this candlestick that retested this zone, it's not just any candlestick, because any candlestick can form and you say, oh, it have retested that area or reclaim. It must be a bullish or bearish candlestick. A bullish or bearish candlestick. So you will be expecting like a hammer on this, an inverse hammer showing a rejection. If this thing reclaimed, you should be expecting a bullish hammer here, covering this zone completely. If it's another stuff like engulfing, if it's an engulfing, either bearish or bullish engulfing, you should be expecting the two candlestick to cover this region. If it's an engulfing, it's going to cover this region. Sorry, I'm trying to separate it so there won't be confusion. Let's say it's a, oh, sorry. No. Sorry. Okay. So if it's a bullish or bearish candlestick, the two of them, Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I need to share my screen again. Stop sharing. Sorry. What happened? Oh, I need to. Sorry, I'm trying to set this. Sorry. I need to. Okay. I don't know if you guys are saying it again. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let me go back again. Let me know where I stopped. Oh. Okay, that means I have to end the live stream and okay. It's showing now. All right. An area is fully retested. How to know when an area is fully retested? So an area is fully retested when its support or resistance is when there is a single candlestick after the breakout that would clearly retest the region that you're looking for. So what I said, this region have already created an area here and here. So before this coin goes up or down, it's going to break this zone, these two zones. So because this didn't give any single candlestick, it's went ahead to create a region on this place and this place. So what you'll be looking for now is the breakout that will happen here or here. So for the main time on this Ethereum, we are going to range inside this zone. So the reason the news didn't play major part today is because many markets are in their ranging zone, so they are not trending. So markets is actually not so bullish or bearish. So that's why the news didn't have much impact on today's market. Okay, I said gold. Let me go back to gold because okay. Now, okay. Remember I said something about gold. I said something about gold going back to this region again, and it's actually trying to go back to that region. So, but I'll actually ignore it. So, continue with our Ethereum class. So, right now, Ethereum is trying to range in between this zone before the next movement can actually take place. So, explaining how a support and resistance should be fully retested. Let me go back to it again. So, trying to, okay. So, let me change this to red. Okay, let's say a candle this broke out, this broke out on this region. So how will you know if there is a complete retest? A complete retest, it needs a single candlestick, a bearish single candlestick, or either two or three. It needs a candlestick to go back and fully retest this same region that was broken out. So whenever a market breaks out and didn't retest, don't enter. If a market breaks out and there was no retest, do not enter. So you wait for a single candlestick. This can be a hammer. It can be a hammer, inverse hammer, since this is bearish. So you'll be expecting like an inverse hammer to form at this zone. So if there is a reclaim, you'll be expecting a bullish hammer to form at this zone if it's reclaiming immediately after the breakout. So if these two things happen, when you take your trade from here, after this, so don't take this trade. This is when you take your trade after this retest. You take your trade here. Your stop loss should be at the wick of this candlestick, just a price above the wick of this candlestick. That is where your stop loss will be. So if market reverses back to this place, this is invalid. So this is a rejection candlestick. So the market is not meant to go back to this place. If this is a bearish rejection, there is no way the market is going to go back. So if it's eventually go back, that means that market is going to go up or range at this zone. So if you take your trade here, your stop loss should be at this place, and your target should be the next support. After this place has been broken, your target should be the next support. So then this can also be double candlestick, just like bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing. If it's a bearish engulfing, sorry, we have a candlestick forming here, which should be green, and we also have another one which should be red. So this is a bearish engulfing in case if it's a double candlestick rejection. So this is a perfect rejection. So that is how you know if an area of support and resistance is actually tested. So what you're going to do when you take your trade after the close of this candlestick, you place your stop loss at this zone and you target the next support area. So but this support area is always closed, so you target the next support of each area. So when I told you to treat a support and resistance as an area, because the support start acting when a coin is approaching from here. This is area of support. So this whole area is meant to act as a support, not just here or here. So your target is including from here to this place. So when it's approaching this zone, that is your target. But because this is very close, taking this trade might be a bit difficult, because this region is very, very close to this place. So assuming is you take out this, okay, then we should be targeting the next though this zone here again, it's very close. So I don't know if I made my explanation clear. If there is any further question, please you indicate on the comment section. Oh, did the chat go off again? Okay. Okay. The time frame you expect it to retest. Okay. Whenever you're trading, if you're on 4 hours chart, just like I'm on 4 hours chart, stick on your 4 hours chart. If you're taking out a support on this zone, stick on anything that concerns 4 hours. Do not try to go to 1 hour to see if there is a retest on that 1 hour. Focus on these 4 hours you're on. If you're on 15 minutes, focus on the 15 minutes. Because you bear it in mind that if I go to 1 hour, this region will not be the same. Let me go to 1 hour, let's say. Okay. You see, this region is not the same. You see, there are areas left if that is our 1 hour chart. So if you're on 4 hours, stick to your time frame. Do not change your time frame. So do not change your time frame. If you change your time frame, you're trying to bring confusion to yourself, because the breakout, the area you're focusing on, your every support and resistance ought to be there. Like if you're taking your trade from 1 hour, focus on the 1 hour. If you're taking your trade from 4 hours, focus on 4 hours. If there is a breakout or retest on, because the zones are not always the same. Look at our zone here on 4 hours was not the same on this area. Okay, I think this one was the same with 4 hours. So if you're taking any trade, focus on the time frame that you're on for more safer reasons. So I believe, okay, let me check for other questions. Okay, there is no other questions. And basically, this is how your analysis work. It's not a rocket science. So this will be the end of my class today, since there is no question.